take that, you fuck.
Hello, I am Coffee Doug.
And I'm Ryan Pancake Hat.
We're the Wisest Wizards for another review for Rough Cuts in October. Scary movie review. Last week we did Creepshow. This week we're doing
Creepshow 2.
Yeah, baby. Creepshow 2. It was directed by somebody different, Michael Gornick, but George A. Romero still helped write the screenplay along and the stories along with Stephen King. Two versions of this DVD. We've got this, which was what the VHS looked like when I was a kid. Completely remember. And then this version JM85 had, which I really like.
Is it more like comic book setup?
Yes, that's exactly what I was just going to say. It's more, because Creepshow 2 also has animation and live action, and I really prefer the animation version in Creepshow 2. It actually tells a story. Cool little insert here. So kind of cool. Whatever one you want to find. This one's a little more pricey, but Creepshow 2 follows the same formula as Part 1, rated R, about an hour and a half, came out a few years later, 1987.
This one only has 3 stories, but the cartoon dialogue is longer. I didn't necessarily
That's true.
like
that could be considered its own story, though, even if you didn't like it. It is its own story. Now, what didn't you like about the cartoon dialogue?
Well, at first, I didn't like... I liked it... Well, let me just tell you. In the first one, it was just the skeleton guy, which actually appears on the front of both covers. And I liked him. The other guy, he tried to rhyme like the Crypt Keeper does.
Yes.
Hello, boys and girls. But anyway,
You're right.
But the guy's like, hello, boys and girls. You know, he does it all. I don't like
this guy right here. If you can see him well, he's called the Creep. In it, he's played by Tom Savini, very famous horror person.
But I have to tell you, I didn't like that, and especially at the end.
Too cheesy for you? Don't give away the end.
Very cheesy. Well, at the end, he's throwing away the paper out of the thing.
Oh,
and it's like, litter bugs.
Yeah.
Avid recycler right here.
I don't know.
Folks.
I liked the animation part. He is very cheesy, like the Crypt Keeper. But I think they were going.
Who's that?
I can't. I think he's. What the fuck ever. You're okay. Good call. There are 3 stories. There should have been 5. But the issue was, I'm like, a little saucy.
Yeah, really.
The other 2 had to be cut for budget reasons. One of the stories, it's called A Cat from Hell, and it was actually a story in Tales from the Dark Side instead.
Oh, was it?
It was.
You sure it wasn't the tale about your old cat?
Let's not talk about that. And then another one is about bowlers or something. It's never been made. But Tales from the Dark Side.
It was the Big Lebowski.
The Big Kingpin. Yeah. Tales from the Dark Side is considered by many to be the 3rd Creepshow movie, actually, because Stephen King added to it, George A. Romero, stuff like that. But we're talking about Part 2, so there's 3 stories.
Don't get off on a tangent.
You're right. I know. I yell at you all the time. The first story is Old Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah.
What would you? You're really good at
describing
What do you feel like that's about?
What this movie is about
Old Chief Woodenhead.
An old couple owning a hardware store who loves to give back to the community that gave so much to them, but the community itself is dying. The town is a dying town, and
economically,
yeah. And some thieves come in and rob the place, and they take much stuff. Do the owners wrong, and the Indian chief, the old Woodenhead, the big Indian, like cigar store Indian,
Yeah.
He's out there, and he basically takes vengeance,
because
they cannot for some
It's time for the spirit to rise. Yes, very, which is cheesy. I'm not going to say that one's very scary, but it's cool. Very cool to watch.
When he lets out that bellow, I was like, that, I was like, and
yet again, with this one, like the last one, we're not going to say that it's going to scare the shit out of you, but it is just fun horror to watch.
Oh, that'd be one of those times where back in the old days, if I were to be smoking and watch that, I'd be like, oh, this is great. And then you do that, I'd be like, what?
Not many people in this movie that you've probably ever heard of. I hadn't heard of a lot of them.
It has Ed from Oh, here I go off on a tangent.
Go ahead.
But you know how the first one had Leslie Nielsen, who plays Frank Drebin, and then it had a Naked Gun.
You're right.
And he's Ed. He's actually his partner, not Nordberg, which is O.J. Simpson, but he had the other guy.
Wasn't he more of a boss, or is it a partner?
I think he was his superior.
Yeah, you're right. He plays the old guy that owns the hardware store. Good call, Pancake. The second story is called The Raft, and a bunch of kids go out and
it's like Ferris Bueller but with death,
and destruction. That is more of where they're stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. They go swimming. And they go on it's not really a raft, it's more of a wooden deck or dock that's anchored in the middle of the lake so you can crawl up on it and hang out. But little did they know, they went out to just smoke some weed, have a good time, but there's something in the water, and it lets them get out there, but it's not letting them get back.
That's why I don't get back in the water. I don't even take showers anymore.
I
take dirt baths like chinchillas.
And the acting in this one is good. It's funny, the characters, what they decide to do to save themselves and to sacrifice others. And
dude, you'd be so dead.
I know. You just push me in the water. What I want the viewers...
I actually wouldn't even swim away.
When they watch this...
I'd watch it dissolve you. And be like,
I want you to pay attention to how long the fucking car radio in this story plays. The car radio is playing the whole damn... It would die. Do you remember when they parked the car? They go, it's playing the whole time.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
I'm sure the car
necessarily
would be okay.
Now the third one, and this is the one that is probably most memorable to me. I don't know that I'd say favorite, but
we actually do a spoof of it.
You're right. The third one is called The Hitchhiker.
Where the hell were you during all of these things?
The Hitchhiker, and we spoofed it in our movie reviews, which you could check out on our page on the Wisest Wizards.
I wish I could get in your brain. It's like things that Doug forgot.
This is a shirt
like yesterday
from Creepshow 2, and it's got The Hitchhiker. Thanks for the ride, lady. His classic line, going to Dover.
It's not that either. Say, lady, thanks for the ride.
Well, he says it in a lot of different ways. He's like, lady, thanks. Thanks for the ride. I know I'm right. I've seen it a million times.
You want to fight about it?
Anyway.
We could. I'll take you out, motherfucker.
I feel like this was more of a horror film out of all three.
That one was. Oh, it had a good line. Here, I'm waving my hand like that. Oh, Doug.
Doug.
It had a line.
You silly goose.
Yeah, this lady made me laugh. She's like, "You're seeing things, bitch," and I was like, but like seriously, I like that part. I'm glad I didn't stop fast.
That one is the story of a lady just on her way home from somewhere she should not have been. She's very tired and fucked up, and she doesn't know if she's seeing things. She doesn't know what's going on because she hits someone and leaves the scene of the accident. And from there, things escalate. She starts seeing weird things. Horrible things start happening, and you don't know if it's real or if it's fake.
And then
but
it leads me to a question. How many people do you think actually have guns in their glove box? Because she did.
In the state of Missouri, a lot. I don't know about
in your glove box?
No.
I have 3.
You probably have a gun right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you had a gun right now.
Got my big old meat pistol.
Your meat pistol.
I'm packing.
I very highly recommend Creepshow 1 and Creepshow 2. On that note, I do have to give a warning. Do not, under any circumstance,
fall asleep.
Rent Creepshow Part 3. Creepshow Part 3 was not made by any of the same people. It's not affiliated or associated with these movies at all, and it's god-awful. It was
worse
horrible.
than Creepshow 2?
Creepshow 2 was good. Where the fuck have you... What's your phone doing on your lap?
Just sitting there waiting for that sex.
It's black and orange, Halloween.
I'm sexting.
Black and orange, like Halloween.
I was like, oh damn, baby, I'm going to put my head
Please, watch this film. Let us know what you think of it. Like I said last time, we're huge fans of horror anthologies. He may not act like it, but he is. We'd like to hear your ideas. Please check us out on the Wisest Wizard channel. We are doing Halloween-themed blendeds, so we got a lot of good things going on over there. And you should check them out. Watch the other Rough Cutters. I bet in the month of October they're going to be hitting some scary movies themselves. I love Halloween. It's the best holiday in the world.